Richard once asked a Chinese gentleman what he thought of the New Testament. After pondering for a few seconds, he replied, "Perhaps the most wonderful thought was this, that man might become the temple of the Holy Ghost." Beginning with Jesus, originating from the same love, the saving of the soul and the healing of the body always came hand in hand. As early as 1565, Catholic Bishop Melchior Canero built a hospital in Macau, treating all patients regardless of whether they were part of the church. After Morrison arrived in China, in 1820, he invited Dr. John Livingston to open a clinic in Macau. In 1835, American medical missionary Peter Parker opened the ophthalmic hospital in Guangzhou, complete with separate areas for reception, diagnosis, dispensary, operation, post-operation observation, and a waiting room large enough for 200 people. In 1842, it developed into a comprehensive hospital, the Canton Pak Sai Hospital. Sun Yat-sen was an intern at this hospital. In 1838, British missionary William Lockhart founded the first Western hospital in Shanghai, precursor to today's Renji Hospital, where all patients were treated free of charge. He recalled, "Crowds of people daily came to the hospital, urgently, often boisterously, requesting to be attended." There was a missionary named Deborah Dow who was commissioned by the American Presbyterian Church to go to Beijing. At the time, women in China suffered greatly from the pains of childbirth. When children were born, midwives would often simply pull out a splint from a bamboo mat to cut the umbilical cord and sprinkle some dust to stop the bleeding. Many children would die within days. Seeing all of this firsthand, Dow wept. She subsequently returned to the U.S. and spent 8 years raising funds from various churches. In 1885, she returned to Beijing, built 12 bungalows, and thus founded China's first women's hospital, Daoji Hospital. Today, Beijing Municipal No. 6 Hospital. Later, Dow brought in departments in addition to obstetrics and gynecology and established many hospitals in other parts of China. According to surveys from 1920, there were a total of 820 hospitals and clinics established by missionaries in China. Renowned hospitals in China established by missionaries include Peking Union Medical College Hospital, Tongji Hospital, West China Hospital, Qilu Hospital of Shandong University, Renji Hospital, Canton Pak Sai Hospital, Tongren Hospital, Guangxi Hospital, Puren Hospital, Xingqiu Guangde Hospital, Suchao Hospital, Yali Hospital, Hangzhou Guangji Hospital, Mackenzie Hospital, Yongchun Hospital, McKay Memorial Hospital. The driving force behind the sacrificial service of these missionaries was the love embodied by Jesus on the cross. From the establishment of the first hospital to each subsequent building, they would hang a cross at the door. Today, the Chinese people have long been accustomed to seeing the symbol of the cross on hospitals, and many people think of the International Red Cross. Actually, hospitals in the U.S. do not have crosses. Hospitals in Europe do not have crosses. And we do not see hospitals in India with crosses either. Nevertheless, in China, every hospital has a cross. This is because all the early hospitals in China were built by missionaries. After 1949, despite the changing times, throughout China, whether it may be urban or rural, atop hospitals and clinics, the cross has remained. How could we not consider this a miracle, a sign of grace? One day, when the origin and meaning of these crosses becomes universally recognized, they will shine an even brighter light and bring forth an even greater love.
神在1000多年前，中国就是他福音的计划里的一部分。中国从来没有被遗忘过。
这么多的人从很久以前就开始关顾了我们中国的这片土地。
他们和这个世界列强有着本质的不同，因为他们来是帮助中国，使中国人们能够走向世界，使中国人得到真正的福音。
真的是上帝这个爱带领他们来到中国，同时也想到我们自己，我们是反过来。当我们从那个中国来到美国的时候，我们追求的是一个美好的一个生活，所以这个反差特别大。
他跟你无亲无故的，这个我们愿意去帮自己周围的好朋友，什么东西都没有关系去帮，他跟你没有关系的，远隔重洋。看到这个国家这么贫瘠，他就过来帮助你啊！这种无私的爱是从哪来的？从神，神就是爱人如己，这种爱太伟大。
连精神病人，麻风病人，他也不忘记，他差遣他的仆人来讲爱带给这样的人。我觉得上帝的爱真的很广大。
这么多上帝的使者，把他们生命奉献给这片土地，有上帝的爱触摸的地方，有上帝的灵降临的地方，生命得到翻转，民族得到复兴。因为上帝是创造生命的，有他的同在，就有生命，就有活力，就有文明。
我们家信主是从我的
My family believed in Jesus, starting from my grandmother, who was led by a missionary. My parents lived in Baoding. They attended a missionary school there. My elder sister worked in Beijing Union Hospital. My younger sister studied in Qilu University in Qinan. My youngest sister attended Yanqing University. My brother was also a student there. I was born in Dao Hospital in Beijing. Dao Hospital was a hospital built by missionaries. My middle school was built by missionaries, Beijing Zhongshu Middle School. Later, I attended colleges. First, Fuyan University, a Catholic college. Next, St. John's University, a Christian college. Oh, we are truly thankful. How? God sent so many Western missionaries leaving their hometowns, enduring so much hardship and pain, to come and be with us. Many died in China. Their tombs still remain there. They came from thousands of miles away and brought such a great love to us. Today, we ask ourselves, do we have the same great love for our own countrymen? We feel this responsibility. God, give us grace. Have mercy on Chinese Christians and churches. I believe that very quickly, we will see Chinese missionaries go all over the world to spread the good news. This will happen by the grace of God. This is the conviction in my heart.
我心里有这个信念。
There is a Chinese proverb, when drinking water, one should never forget those who dug the well. Today, we should not forget the missionaries who painstakingly dug the first wells for each and every aspect of China's modernization. Nor should we forget the one who guided them to go to China, to sacrifice their lives for China, to bring prosperity to China, all through the light of heaven, the love of the cross. All praise be to God.